Got it. I got it. Yep.
Inside?
There you go.
Outside.
Cool, I'm already here.
I got
Thank
it.
you. Why are there pipes here? Oh.
I don't know.
Got it.
Alright, are you guys ready?
It's my name now.
Don't bother going up. It goes all the way up to the ceiling.
I'm ready.
Alright, you want to come back down here real quick? The one who choose? There we go. Okay, going live. 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is a familiar setting, isn't it, gentlemen? Very familiar setting here.
Nope.
Welcome, everybody, to episode... What?
Nope, never seen any of this before. Also,
okay.
you and Desunoto, for some reason, are Steves for me.
That happened one time on my end, too. For some reason, you were Steve, or the three of you were Steves, and I don't know. But
Am
anyway.
I a Steve?
No, you have... On my stream, everybody's in their normal outfits here.
Only me and Kevin are dressed appropriately.
I apologize that I came naked. Next time I'll dress up properly.
Also, your pants are weird. What the hell's going on there?
I mean, I just had reduction surgery, so there's things going on.
Alright, well, I'll show you what I mean. Anyways, continue with what you were saying.
Welcome, everybody, to Crafting a Chat, episode 46. We are back in our normal schedule program here. Obviously, E3 is all done and over with. Till next year, unless PlayStation decides to do something and not be a useless piece of garbage and not have a show. If they have a show, we'll have a special episode about it. If not, well, they suck. Gentlemen, what have we done in the past week? I think I'm going to start with Desunoto. What did we do in the past week, man?
I didn't really play much Demon's Souls.
Did you get anything new?
I bought Returnal, but it hasn't arrived yet, so I haven't gotten to play it.
You know, Returnal's on sale now on Prime for like $3 less.
Well, I got it for 48
flat
something, and after tax it went to 53. So it's only like a couple dollars. I did see that. I was like, oh, great! Literally the day after I buy it, it goes on sale. But I did a little rolling stream last night on Fate. That went kind of well.
A rolling stream? Did you roll? Were you rolling in the stream?
Right off the bed, down the stairs.
Downstairs and into Fate's arms. That's exactly what the Fate rolling stream was, guys.
It was a a summoning stream. Where I rolled the currency in the game to see if I can get a certain servant. I did that and did a little stream for it. And yeah, just playing some more Fate. There's an event going on right now, so back to that. That's about it.
Cool. No League of Legends, surprisingly, huh?
Not very much. I think I played like 1 or 2 nights. Other than that, I've just been watching shows / movies.
Like? You throw that in here?
Like Ip Man 1, 2, and I'm on the 3rd movie. And before that, I was watching Jason Statham movies.
Yeah.
Jason Statham movies are pretty good.
Yeah, I watched Redemption. What was the other one? 2 more that I watched.
If anything, that is the bald man I aim to be. Never has that bald man look so good.
I watched Parker, and I watched Homefront with Jason Statham and James Franco.
What? Did you watch Transporter?
It's not on Netflix.
What about Crank?
I was just watching what was on Netflix.
Got it.
Yeah.
Gotta watch Crank. Also, the movie
that's
Spy.
not on Netflix either. For
With
some reason.
Melissa McCarthy. Spy. He's in it, and he's hysterical. Don't watch Wild Card. That movie sucks. Redemption was alright. Parker was alright. Money Plane's bad. Don't watch that. Did you watch that?
He's not even on the. No. He's not even on the like the picture they used to show the movie. He's not even on there. I guess he's just like a small.
I don't even remember him in Money Plane.
It showed up when I typed in his name on Hulu, but I don't know. Let me see if he's actually in this movie.
He might like produce it. What, Kevin?
Was he in the Italian Job?
Oh man, I don't think so.
I thought Statham.
Bank heist movie.
He's in the Bank Job. He's in the Bank Job.
Yeah, Bank Job.
Oh, just the Bank Job. Got it. Okay.
Oh, I thought he was an Italian Job. Kevin, why do I also remember that he was an Italian Job?
Well, no, like I said, there were two.
Oh, guys, he was Handsome Rob in Italian Job.
Oh, okay, so he wasn't Italian.
Yeah, he was. Sorry, I don't like Mark Wahlberg.
I don't remember his movies. I remembered him there. I was like, I know he was in there.
Man. He was also Shrike in Red Faction, too. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The one with Jet Li in him? That's good.
Oh, that was a good movie. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta watch Crank.
Many of his movies on Hulu and Netflix.
Crank was pretty fun.
For some reason.
I love Crank. Crank 1 and 2.
No Transporter, no Crank.
I never saw the second.
Very weird.
Second one's good. Second one's real good because he needs electricity. And that's just... Ooh, that adds something. It's crazy. It's nuts. Also, it pulls like a Fast and Furious 6 where the bad guy is still alive. Or Fast and Furious 7? Yeah, 7, where the bad guy's still alive. It's in like a way where it's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Was 7 where where the bad guy was still alive? I can't remember who the villain was from 7 and 6.
The villain, who was it? The villain, his brother. The movie after his brother was the villain. The dude who's played the handsome guy. Was that 5?
Not.
Was that 5?
I don't know.
Oh, Jason Statham's brother. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was 5.
I thought it was 6.
Not Shaw, right? He's
6.
Shaw. Who's his brother?
His brother is Shaw.
The other Shaw. Yeah.
Who is he? He's also Shaw?
Yeah.
Well, that's her last name.
Oh yeah, that's her last name.
Okay, yeah, it was 6. It was 6.
Else.
His brother was a bad guy in 6 because he makes an uncredited appearance in 6 because he's the one who kills Han in 6 in the after credit scene. That's when it was revealed that Fast and Furious 6 was a prequel to Tokyo Drift. Bless.
Oh, but isn't Hans alive now with the latest movie that came out?
Well, yeah, we don't know how that is, but you know.
They don't explain that film, I'm assuming?
Oh,
must have faked his death.
I mean, he's clearly murdered by Jason Statham at the end of 6.
He's dead. Yeah,
he's 100% dead. Yeah, but was Owen Shaw is literally exploded, and then he's in a hospital bed, and after that, he has a scar on his face. That's it. That is literally the only thing. So...
I mean, I guess the people in Fast and Furious movies must have good plastic surgeons and good insurance because they seem to survive everything and come out like as if nothing happened to them. So.
Well, I mean, no. That's all it takes.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do for family.
All right, calm down.
All right, if that's all. That's Noto. Kevin, what have you done?
I'll go now. I want to go next.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Screw you, Kevin. No response. Interesting.
Kevin's like, all right, whatever.
He's taking a nap. I think I mentioned that I started Subnautica last week. I think I started it on the 13th. The Thursday or Friday or whatever. But yeah, I played that quite a bit. Played it for about 27, 28 hours, somewhere around there. Got the platinum. It was a lot of fun. And then played some Minecraft in our world called Tentacle Man, aptly named by Desunoto, because we said come up with a world name, and he said Tentacle Man, and we were like, okay. So we got Tentacle Man. Spent a lot of time in that. Did a lot of digging and stuff. Nothing too wild. And then what else? What else did I play? I played some. Oh, I started Far Cry New Dawn last night. I'm at 21% of the trophies so far. I'm about halfway through the game, I think, because I'm just kind of crushing it, doing story missions and stuff, and just I'm basically Far Cry. I've played so many Far Cry games, I know how to play a Far Cry game. Like I get it at this point. So I'm just kind of taking over the bases that I think will give me the most resources, and yeah.
Are you playing with Canal right now?
Ooh, Canal, I like that one. No, the way we do it is I will get much further in the game than him. And then as soon as he hops on, I'll jump in his game. Last night we were both on, but we were just trying to get a feel for the game because it feels a little different than the last Far Cry. But how it always works, and this is how we've done it since 4, is he'll start the game first, then I'll start the game, and about a week later, I have the game platinumed or close to platinum, and I just need a couple more trophies. And then he'll still be way earlier in the game, and I'll just join him. I'll get a couple trophies that I need, go back to my game, I'll platinum it, and then like 2 months later, we'll finish his game. But yeah, that's how it usually always works. But I'm going through it now. Even though he started a day before me, I am now about 10 hours ahead of where he was.
Sounds like Canal. He's always
Yeah.
real wide and slow.
Yeah, but at the same time, he could then hop on tomorrow and be like, "Hey guys, I beat Far Cry." I don't think that will happen. But
That's where he comes out being real tall because he can just come out and come out real fast, real tall, and be like, "Yeah, I beat something."
That's fair. That's a good point. What else
But
did I
then
play?
ships get stuck in him sometimes, and then
Ships.
things
All
go
right,
awry.
confusing. I don't think I played anything else. I'll talk. Oh, I get it. I forgot Canal. I was thinking of Canal.
That just sounds wrong.
Yeah, I'll probably talk about Subnautica a little bit later in the podcast or something. But
Did
yeah,
you got cane up your rectum or something? Is that
it's
what
about all
Not
I've
touching
played.
that family show, and
That's about all I played. Kevin, what did you play? What have you done this last week?
what did I play? 2 games that I'll be talking about and giving a little review on. Serious Sam 4, Metro Exodus, the PS5 update. What else did I play? I played Minecraft in Tentacle Man World. Interesting name. It's been very fun though. The caves part of the update. It's a thing. Not as much as I would like it to.
We haven't found
fine.
like a cave that really actually has stuff. And apparently,
more than just the amethyst and stuff.
Yeah, like there's like supposed to be like cool looking textures and stuff, and then I watched a few videos on them, and that the caves update. There's stuff that's included in the update, but only in like creative mode. And then when the cliffs part of the update comes out, more stuff will be added. So I'm tempted not even to like explore super far in this world because I want.
I didn't know that the whole thing wasn't out yet.
Yeah,
I think you all mentioned that. But
yeah, they split it into 2 for some reason. I think the second part's not coming out for a while. But yeah, we'll see how if we want to start over. Or we haven't really gone too far in this world.
We haven't. No.
So we should be okay.
Well, what we should do, in my opinion, is build up, get resources to make a powered rail somewhere, and that's when we do it.
Okay, yeah, we could definitely do that. Because we're already approaching like a bunch of gold and stuff. Because I spent a lot of time mining again a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing with you in your ridiculous ass house.
And now hold up, do you know if anything new for the Nether's coming out?
I think the most recent update for the Nether is the newest, but you and I haven't really explored that Nether too much.
No, we haven't. But if there was anything more, I would say don't do this. But we could also go into the Nether and get ready to build a portal to another spot on the map. That'd be another great way to
Yeah, we gotta find way more diamond, though.
Update.
But diamonds, it spawns way less
And it's
now,
super
because
rare, yeah.
other stuff, yeah. And I think I've only found 3 diamond, which is, at this point, I usually
kinda
find like a
that,
stack
honestly.
of 64 by now. But it's taking a while.
No, I kinda like it like that, but like I hope it's not too rare.
I'll break it eventually. Don't worry, I'll find them.
Okay.
You'll launch into the server, and I'll be like, Kevin, you need some diamond? I got a couple stacks of 64 blocks of it. So, but yeah, there's plenty to look out and do and stuff. And I watch like tips and tricks about Minecraft and like the update and stuff. So there's stuff I can show you when we play it.
I don't think I've played anything else other than those 3 games, honestly. Oh, I played some Ratchet and Clank since last time.
Oh yeah,
that's fun. I haven't gone back to it because all these other games are coming out. This is going to be the problem for a while.
Yeah, that's okay.
I will go back to it though. I'm definitely not done with it. Ratchet and Clank games, I always try to platinum. The one I didn't because I forgot. There was one trophy about, I think it was a crack in time. There was one trophy that I was just like, no, I'm not doing this.
Collect
You have to
1,000
like play
golden
through the
boats or
game
something.
again or something.
Yeah.
No, you have to like play through the game again and like do something. If I think I don't remember. It involved playing the entire game again, and I'm like, nah, one trophy shy. I'm okay with this. Anyway, I know.
Go back, get it.
I had to do that. I had to go back
Genesis,
and get a trophy. I've been playing Ratchet and Clank. I'm pretty sure I'm farther than you now in the game.
Should be.
I'm loving that game right now. It is playing beautifully. I've only had one bug happen to me so far in the game where I spawned back into a world via one of those Rubicon crystals, and the entire world was invisible, and I was walking on like nothing. All I could see were the crystals, and everything was pink. I thought I was in like a certain cell phone carrier's heaven for some reason, and I was like, oh no, wait, this is all broken. I need to die.
Didn't you
So
have
I
another
fell off
glitch like
the edge.
right at the beginning of the game? Like where a door wouldn't open or something?
Oh yeah. I had a glitch right in the beginning of the game where when you're on the floats, the ship that's supposed to come around and have a health bar over it never had a health bar, and I kept shooting the ship and it would never blow up. So I had to quit the game and open it back up, and then the ship finally got its health bar, and then I can blow the ship up.
I haven't had a single issue yet.
Just those two. I'm sure the patches have fixed that. You wouldn't probably see those issues going forward. But overall, I mean, this game is fantastic. I'm pretty sure I'm almost to the end, but it is very, very, very beautiful looking. I think it's one of the, if not the best looking games so far for PlayStation 5 at least, that's come out. That is, I don't, that sets a whole new precedence for graphics, I think. I've also played Minecraft with you guys. What else did I play? I think. Oh, I played the Final Fantasy Origins demo, which was very interesting. I was playing it the last time we were here for a bit, but I got better at it. I figured out how to play it, and I'm actually very interested in that game. I am probably going to end up getting it because it is a very detailed and intricate system of how it works. Like I've seen anywhere from like people using very, very strong magic to kill the boss at the end, and they kill him with ease even in hard mode. I was like, oh my god, how'd you do this? And then I see people using like all these different combos and attacks and things like that from switching styles, and I was like, this is very like Devil May Cry-esque because like you have different play styles for every set of armor that you have, and I was like, this is awesome. Let's see what it comes out as. It definitely needs a lot of polish, but I'm interested in it. I'll be probably putting something down on it to see if I can get it. I think I'm gonna definitely do that. But yeah, that's what I've played. This week, I think I think almost all of us have topics we want to talk about. I'll let whoever wants to go first take their topic. If they want to start, either Adam, Kevin. I don't think Desonoda, you have anything. If you do, feel free to chime in. Do what you got to do.
I'm assuming Desonoda, you have nothing, right?
staring blankly into space.
Swear to God, this guy's gonna be the death of me.
Hold on. No, there's nothing out there.
Alright, he got up, I guess. Well, at least he's not chewing.
No, he's
Kevin,
not
do you
chewing.
wanna
All right,
do you wanna go first, Kevin?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. All right.
please go ahead, Kevin.
So, we'll start out with Metro Exodus, the PS5 upgrade. This basically adds on ray tracing, utilizes the PS5 controller or really doesn't. And it's really the two main focuses of this. They might have also patched the game if they needed to, but I don't think they did at this point. Anyway, the game looks pretty and it runs wonderfully. The ray tracing, it's there. I mean, it looks like you're running on a high-end PC, basically. Um, so as far as graphics and the fidelity of the game, A plus, did a great job. Now, what wasn't great? Controller, not great, not great. So they were hyping it up. They were like, oh man, every gun, the triggers are gonna feel different. You'll feel the recoil, blah blah blah. Yeah, the recoil is different. Trigger, not so much. It's very weak. There's very little resistance on just about anything. And when you're pumping the pneumatic weapons, it doesn't get any harder to do that pumping action as you build up pressure in the weapon, even though they said that it was supposed to feel that way. So unless I have some option somewhere set wrong, which I set vibration up too strong, it was the only option that I found that was in there. Um, the triggers are real lackluster compared to other games like Returnal and Ratchet and Clank. Um, so maybe, hopefully, there's a patch and hopefully it's some sort of bug, but I haven't heard anything about it. Um, but I mean, it's still Metro Exodus. It's still a great game. So
You mind if I interject real quick, Kevin?
yeah, go for it.
So your triggers that you have there, and you're talking about how the resistance should build up when you're building pressure up in a gun or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever get Resident Evil 8, play that. The shotgun in the game and the sniper both build stronger and stronger resistance as you're using the gun. Obviously, the pump action shotgun, it's harder, and sometimes when you click too, it'll purposely miss the click, so it'll be too quick to be able to shoot the shotgun again unless you feel the pump happen again. So that would be a good example of how it should feel versus what you're feeling right now. Also, in your controller settings, there may be a setting to actually just change the triggers alone. Unless you've already played with that, then you're at the setting it should be. If you
Yeah, I
use
didn't see anything for the triggers. It was just a vibration thing, which was on normal, and I'm like, no, strong. Let's go.
yeah, I think you want to actually go into your triggers because I remember when you initially got the PlayStation 5, I
Oh, I
think you
flipped
had
to
turned
100.
that. Oh, you okay? Never
I
mind.
can
Okay,
check it again. I'll check it again, but I know other games feel much better with the
okay,
triggers. There's only one gun that it actually felt like I was pulling a trigger. That was on the revolver.
gotcha.
Everything else is just super weak.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was Metro Exodus. Like I said, it's still Metro Exodus. It's still a great game. But as far as the PS4 to PS5 upgrade, performance went up, graphics went up, utilization of the controller, not so much. Um, so now, star of the show, Serious Sam 4. I'm a huge fan of first-person shooter games where it's you versus anything that moves. Serious Sam 4, pretty much the same thing. So, if you played any of the Serious Sam games, you know what you're getting into. It's you versus many, many, many enemies. And, uh, interestingly, in this game, ammo is a lot scarcer. You still have enough, but you have to use more weapons more often as opposed to just sitting on a single weapon while you build up ammo and everything else. So it's a little bit of an interesting switch there that I'm actually kind of digging. Uh, there is a perk system now for passive abilities, which I thought was going to break the game, and it really doesn't, which is very impressive in a game like this. Because I just barely started. Well, quote, just barely started. I'm on like the 5th chapter. I don't know how many chapters there are in the game, but I only have 4 passive perk points out of potentially a lot. And I can dual wield double barreled shotguns. I'm like, wow, this is going to be broken as hell. Not really, because your accuracy suffers when you dual wield anything, and you eat through ammo very quickly. So it's kind of neat that they're able to balance the fact you can, if you put the right perk points in, you can dual wield any weapon in the game. um, so
Can you dual wield sniper rifles?
I don't think I can do so yet, but potentially yes.
Oh.
Although if you do, however, this would be a bad option if you can, because your alternate fire, which is the scope, would be replaced by fire right hand. If that makes sense. So like mouse click left and right become both hands shooting.
Okay. All I have in my as
So
a
you
picture
would
in my
not
head is
have
like
a sniper scope.
using the snipers horizontally and making the two scopes almost like a binoculars and just firing.
I mean, in a serious Sam game, that would make total sense. But no.
Yeah.
But no, like enemy balance seems to be much better too. I mean, enemies were never really like poorly made, in my opinion, except for the Scythian witch harpies that have kind of always been just a nuisance and didn't really do anything. Haven't run into them if they're in Serious Sam 4 yet, but certain enemies have had their damage cranked up, and they're scary. um, that game has way too many graphics options, again. But if you are into graphics options, don't you worry, you have enough. There's like 60.
Mm-hmm.
I listed all of them for Adam. He can attest. There's a
There were a
lot.
lot. There were too many.
Control just
It
about
didn't make any
everything in the
sense.
game. Yep. Half of them, I'm like, I don't even know what this is talking about. But you know what? Sure. Runs really well. Plays really well. It's a serious Sam game. I recommend for anybody who's just looking for a single player shooter that you could potentially play co-op if you have friends. Co-op is real fun too because you can set all these ridiculous, I guess mutators we'll call them. I don't know if that's actually the term they use, but you can make it so that like you and up to 7 friends all have infinite lives. So you can just keep respawning. Enemies are at 800% health and spawn a ton more every single time and just go through literal hell. And that can be really fun if everybody's computers survive. And oh, it's a good time. Picked it up half off, $20.
It was good to pick up a
Heck
game
yeah.
half off and you have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, $20.
Absolutely.
Easy sell. Normally it's only 40, so I mean that's not even bad for a serious Sam game. Yeah, no, I don't know. There's not really much more to say because like it's just balls to the wall action and first person shooter. So
Is that like Duke Nukem first person shooter action or
if Duke Nukem had about like 20 times the enemies that it has, yes.
okay.
In
Why that
all
makes a good
areas.
comparison in my head, I have no idea, but all I could think about is Duke Nukem when you kept saying Serious Sam 4. I'm like, I know it's not the same thing. I know it has nothing to do with
It's
each
not
other,
the
but
same. The hero has quips and stuff, kind of like Duke Nukem, but more like no, I'm just better, and like more quippy. um, but yeah, no, the whole hook of the series is just tons of enemies coming at you. Like there's actual areas in the first game and the second game that came, in the series. Well, the real first and second game, the first and second encounter. We don't count Serious Sam 2. That never happened. Um, and then there were two or three sections in those games where like you're just up against wave after wave of enemies, and if you're playing on like hard difficulty, there's like 1,200 enemies that spawn or something like that in the level.
Oh my.
oh my god, 1200?
Yeah, you're fighting waves for like a solid 12 minutes or so.
Oh my god.
It's a good time. It's a real fun game. That's really all I got. I don't have a normal topic. I'm sorry. Nothing really interesting has happened.
Oh, no, the podcast is a great topic. What are you talking about? Review's great.
Oh,
Fantastic. I appreciate the review. Adam, you want to go
know
next,
that
or
my other reviews, I'm sorry, my other reviews have been like a lot more detailed and not so much for
you
these
usually
games,
have a
but like
book
one was an
prepared with those
upgrade.
reviews?
Yeah, one was an upgrade, so I didn't really have a lot to review because the game's already out. And Serious Sam, there's no point in going in depth in this game. Like, I'm sorry.
Makes sense. Desinoto, you got anything you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. Adam, you want to go next, or you want me to go next?
I can go next. I want to talk about a game that came out in 2014. I want to talk about Subnautica.
Okay.
That was free on Plus, 2 months ago at this point?
Mm-hmm.
The PS5 version came out as a free upgrade, so I got the Plus, and then I upgraded to the PS5 version. And like I said, I started it the 13th, and I platinumed it Sunday night. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. It's alright. It's over there.
I'm sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
But everyone's I get it.
talking
Everyone's
about?
just randomly looking up. We're talking about Subnautica. What? Oh, hey, he moved his head down. Good for him.
He came back. He came back to Earth.
But yeah, Subnautica. I think I've talked about playing like the Forest and like Minecraft. Like I like the Survivor games, like survival stuff you have to do. This one really just it hit it for me. It hit it so much that I almost was like, maybe I should buy Below Zero. But I'm holding off until that goes on sale or until I don't know some time passes because
I thought it was on sale. Was it not already?
I mean it's pretty inexpensive. It's like $30 like launch. But at the same time, like I just played Subnautica. I don't want to jump into basically the same experience but snow, with a few different things. Also, there's like actual story and voice acting and stuff. But Subnautica, Kevin watched me play a little bit. I had like a base going and the feeling of progression, and I'm assuming this is the same way Desunoto feels in Demon Souls, when you're like, there is no way I can go through this area. And then in a few hours, you're going through that area, and you're like, all right, this isn't that bad. Then you die. And then you're like, well, all right, I guess I gotta go back. And then you prepare even more, and then you go back, and then you're like, this part was easy. Then you go further, and you're like, oh God, I thought I had everything down. I thought I understood what this game was, and I thought I was I thought I was OP, but I wasn't. And every time I thought I was OP, I learned very quickly that I wasn't. Yeah. Thankfully, in this one, it wasn't so much of dying. It was more like, okay, well, I took my sub super deep down. I have no energy to get it back up, and all of my supplies are down. I mean, I could swim, but at the same time, like, I'll just reload, and I'll just lose the last hour and a half that it took me to get down to this point. So, it was just one of those games where it's like you start off, you have almost nothing, and by the end of the game, you're building technologies where you're like, okay, this makes sense for this game. It came out in 2014, and nobody here is going to play it, so I'm going to go into full spoilers if that's all right. Any objections, please say no.
Go ahead.
Okay, fantastic. So in that game, you're stranded on an alien planet, mostly water. Shocking, I know. And you're trying to get off the planet, but you have almost nothing, and you slowly build up supplies. You get a scanner tool, that's one of the main things, and you scan a bunch of stuff, and you pick up stuff, and you get these recipes, and you find these personal devices called PDAs, and like of crashed ships, and you have a radio, and you go to those, you pick those up, you get more recipes, and then you want to go into the ship that crashed, the main one, and to go into that, you have to prepare, and you don't have 90% of the stuff that you need to go in there. And by the time I finally got there, I was about 10 hours into the game. I was over prepared. I went in there and it went great. I followed a guide because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. My brain is too stupid to understand this. So I'm just going to follow a guide. and he's going to give me everything. And it took about a half hour still to like follow everything. Went through that, and then by the time I came out of there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm set. And then again, just you get more and more and more. But then you find like an alien, like basically an alien turret that shot your ship down, and you want to turn it off, but it won't let you turn it off because you're infected, because it like hits you with like a needle, and it's like, oh, you're infected. So you have to cure yourself in order to leave the planet. But you also need a rocket. And to get a rocket, you need a giant sub that's normally controlled by 3 people, and it's just you, so you're controlling it. And I'm gathering all these supplies. Kevin watched me as I was building the rocket, and I got the platform down, I got the engines down, and then the next part came up, and I needed 5 different ingredients, and I didn't recognize 4 of them. And I was like, oh, I thought I was much closer. I thought I gathered most things. I was so shocked. I even said to you, Kevin, how shocked I was that I didn't recognize any of the ingredients. Like, not only did I not recognize them, I've never heard of, like, some of the things it was saying. I'm like, I don't know what that is. The things I did recognize, it was like a basic, like a plasteel ingot or whatever. So you build the sub, and then you're like, okay, cool. Well, I need this robotic suit. It's called a prawn suit. Okay, you build that, you put that in the sub. Okay, well, the sub can only go down so far. Well, to make it go down further, I need different ingredients, but most of those ingredients are located down where the sub can't go. So you have to get close enough with the sub, then swim down there, grab the stuff, get back on the sub, take the sub back to your base, and then upgrade your sub so you can go even deeper. And that's what I kept doing. And it was like 4 or 5 trips. And by the time you get all that figured out, you can teleport. So I was teleporting. I was gathering all these materials. I was just flying high. There's always a point, like in Minecraft or the forest, where you play and you're like, okay, I can build stuff. But there's never like electricity or like complicated devices. Sure, there's redstone in Minecraft, but it was cool in Subnautica to have nothing. And by the end of the game, I'm building a rocket. Like, that kind of progression is not in a lot of games. So I kind of like that idea quite a bit. Even Subnautica, I kind of wish they expanded upon it a little bit more. Like, let me just build a bustling town, you know what I mean? But yeah, after you finally get all that, you do this other quest to get the ingredients to cure yourself. You finally cure yourself, and the rocket's built, and you get in the rocket, and you launch up into space, and your rocket breaks a little bit when you're in space. But then you're launched, and you're on your way home, and it's like, I did it. I finally beat it. And I was so tempted to start the game again. But I was like, I'm not doing it. I need to move on to other things. So I actually deleted the game. But I'm definitely going to start that game back up again at some point. Or at least get the Below Zero game. Because just progression was so rewarding in that game. I kind of wish I bought it. Like, I'm a little upset that I waited for it to be free because of how good that game was. Highly recommend it to anybody who's into, like, survival type of games like The Forest. The Forest is bad. We played, how many hours of that, Genesis? Too many, right?
Too many hours.
Okay, there he is.
Sorry. I forgot I was on mute. I was like, oh god. Too many hours we put into it, and it's honestly a piece of garbage. But it's a fun piece of garbage that when you got some friends on there, it's a good time.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a piece of garbage. Yeah, The Forest is a piece of garbage.
I actually remember playing The Forest on my computer back like when it was early access.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like 6 years ago.
That lines up, I think.
And it was bad. So how is it still bad?
So let me tell you. The Forest, it added like objectives in the story mostly, because in the alpha and the beta on PC.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to like 7 Days to Die still, where there's stuff to do, but it's not really a game. Like the reason Minecraft passed is because they added a dragon, they added so many things. The forest is like, go chop down a tree, explore these caves. Now what? Okay, we put stuff in the caves that help you survive better and longer, and you actually get upgrades and stuff. Still, the forest isn't that great, I don't think.
Yeah, because everything kills you way too quick as well. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Also, to survive 100 days or whatever it is, it's killing me slowly. I'm on day 54. I'm slowly getting there. Every so often, I boot up that game, I play for an hour, and like 3 days pass, and I'm like, why? Just please, give me the trophy. And then I still have to chop down 1,000 trees in one sitting. Yes, one sitting, you can't save and quit. I have to literally play the game for about 7 hours on creative mode, exploding trees until a trophy pops. So, get excited. Can't wait to do that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the forest is not great. I kind of wish that Subnautica did have like a multiplayer kind of an
I was
aspect.
just gonna tell you that. I was gonna say that sounds like a game that should have multiplayer because
Yeah.
it would be awesome to do that.
On PC, there is like a mod people made that like is kind of a multiplayer. I was talking to Canal about it because he was playing it too, and I was like, man, I would love a multiplayer, and he was like, yeah. But then we both were like, maybe 3 people at max. Like it would be like, hey, just co-op it. You both survive. You're on different parts of the planet. You got to come together. But it would then have to be way more difficult, I think, because if there's the way it's set up is you're one person, you're doing all these things. It's rewarding enough. I think if somebody else was there, it would have been super easy. Like if Canal and I played, or Genesis and I, or Kevin and I, or if we played, we would have gotten through that in like 15 hours. But yeah, highly recommend Subnautica to anybody who's just interested. Honestly, try it out. I highly recommend it. If you just want to do it for the platinum, just play it without hunger or thirst. That stuff is annoying in the beginning. I chose to do that. I don't know why. But you eventually get like a knife that cooks things when you stab it, and a water purifier. But
I'm sorry, did you say a knife that cooks things when you... So if I stabbed a chicken, it becomes chicken nuggets?
so no chickens because underwater.
Okay,
But mostly fish.
stab
Really only fish.
I
Um,
stab a tilapia fish and it becomes a steaming pot of tilapia.
so you stab it and you pick it up and it says cooked. It's literally a knife that to get this knife, you have to first scan, you have to make the scanner, then you have to use the scanner to find pieces of the modification station. There's 3 pieces or 2 pieces, I think it's 3. Those are scattered throughout the world. You find those, you scan it, then you have to gather the ingredients to build that, but you don't know all the ingredients until you scan every part. Then after you gather the ingredients, you build that, then you need like a battery, a knife, and I think something else in order to connect this. But thankfully, the battery doesn't it doesn't go dead. Because there are batteries and power cells in this game, and you have to charge those or keep making new batteries. I got charger, and I had solar power going. Like, it's so difficult to play a survival game where electricity is introduced. 7 Days to Die was getting close, but that game I realized is going to be garbage for the rest of its life until like some larger studio buys it and they get like the funding and like a lot of workers on it, because their
This
ambitions
is
for that game are way higher than their actual lifespan, because it's just taken them decades to get that game out. In the PS4 version, it's completely broken. So
this is
Subnautica,
why
highly
I'd
recommend.
want Raft to be a thing on PlayStation because Raft comes very close to that. It has a story. I don't think it's as good as Subnautica, obviously, but I would love to do that because Raft is the only thing that I could think of that is close enough that it's like, okay, uh, that's the closest thing to Subnautica in multiplayer. But unfortunately, it's not on PlayStation. I
Now,
think we'd actually do pretty well with that.
my perfect survival horror game is kind of like, hey, I mean, like, the idea of No Man's Sky was great, but I don't think it was enough to be like. I think less would have been more for me for that game. Like if No Man's Sky, I mean I still platinumed it, but if No Man's Sky was you crash on this planet, your ship is completely destroyed, and it took you like 10 hours to gather supplies and like all that stuff to build your ship, and then you can go places, but you have to always return to your home world because that's where you live and you can't completely survive on other planets. Like if it was that with like I don't know, like 8 other planets to explore or something like that, and then you're just
Yeah.
building your home base, or even if there's other galaxies, but then you can get other survivors or you play multiplayer, that would have been cool. But instead, No Man's Sky was like, hey, here's a randomly generated planet that's 2 alien species away from being this other planet you were just on 2 minutes ago. And it's like this is cool, but at the same time, like no, less is more for me for that game. But one day that will happen. Maybe one day I'll just quit everything and make it myself. You know, I'll just put on the glove and say I'll do it myself.
You should.
You know what I mean?
You should.
But yeah,
I believe in you.
That's
No
all I have
Man's
to
Sky
say,
though
so.
now is much different than when we have played it though. No Man's Sky is a much more polished game now
Yeah, but
compared to
it's not like it's changed completely. Like it's still like, hey, go around, scan this, scan that, scan this planet. Okay, do that. You could trade. You could build a large ship. Why? What does the large ship do? It still does not have a purpose.
I see what you're
Because
saying.
I still look into that game every so often because I'm like, maybe it's a game I'll super enjoy now. And props to Hello Games, I believe that's who it is. Props to
Yeah.
them for supporting a game where they lied. Along with Sony, just completely lied about it. Props to them for just continuing to support it, and then with free updates. But then, if you want to buy the game and you're new, it's still like $60 most places. But like, just 100% props to them. They have been working on that game now for what, 6 years, 5 years? They've been working on it a long time,
Almost
providing
about
free
5 6
updates.
years. Yeah.
So that game must still be making them bank though, if they continue to work on it. Because they're still like an independent company as far as I'm aware.
Pretty sure they are. They didn't get bought up anybody, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised Microsoft hasn't bought them.
Microsoft just goes around and buys everything because they're a bunch of cons.
Also, Hello Games, get back to making Joe Danger. Come on.
Is that what they used to make?
Yeah, yeah, they made Joe Danger.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I remember when they announced the space game, and I'm like, is Joe Danger in this? Like, I don't understand. So, anybody else here remember
now.
Joe Danger?
No.
Kevin?
No.
Yeah, I figured only you and I would know.
Yeah. Joe Danger. Yeah. All right. Mine's not going to be a big topic. I just kind of want to mention, well, is it two things? No, I'll start with one thing here. I'm definitely going to talk about this because it seems to be something that is all over the internet right now, especially all over Reddit. Blue Box Studios and their game Abandoned, that got mentioned, I believe, last year. When it got shown
April.
off. Was it this year?
Yeah, it was April.
So long ago. Oh my god. Oh, the years just feel longer and longer now. I don't know. I don't understand. So there's a lot of conspiracy, and for anybody who doesn't know this, meaning Kevin or Desunoto, I'll explain. If you need me to go into detail, just stop me and tell me I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of conspiracy that this is possibly the Silent Hill game that we saw as PT years ago, and this is Kojima's next project. There's so many different pieces of evidence talking about this game and how everything about this screams Silent Hill, down to people analyzing the name of the studio's Blue Box game, to them thinking the what is it, the producer or developer, one of the developers of the game, or I think that the actual person who makes it, His initials are HK, which is also Hideo Kojima, obviously, but his name is Hassan. What was his name? Hassan something, K something? I can't remember his
Yeah, we
last
covered
name.
all this. Come on, hop in there.
What?
Adam and I had this discussion earlier.
Okay. Um, and everybody's like, this is definitely Silent Hill. This is it. Like, this is what we're waiting for. This is what Sony's been hiding. This is their like big giant secret that they have. I think this is fascinating. If it doesn't end up being that, I mean, it's a bummer, but man, this is a journey. If you pop open the subreddit,
Karaman.
to this
That's his last name. God, that took forever to find.
Karaman.
Yeah, Karaman.
Yeah, and everything about him screams like fake. Even if you look at the tweet he posted today, it's not natural. I don't understand. There's something wrong with this. The game itself, if you look at the game, the trailer that they showed in April, this game literally will speak to you and in words and say, "I am Silent Hill." Everything about the trailer is just, oh my god! When I looked at it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is Silent Hill. This is all Silent Hill. This is all Silent Hill areas."
This was
Um,
a trailer.
yeah, abandoned.
What is it called?
Look,
Abandoned?
yeah, abandoned. It is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, obviously. Apparently, we're supposed to hear about this game
PC.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
PS5, PC.
Yeah, PS5 and PC.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
I think it's
I
coming to
thought they
PC later. There's no date for that one.
so console launch exclusive for PlayStation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Um, and or console exclusive for PlayStation because PC is not a console. Sorry.
Correct.
So the trailers will talk about like, okay, you need to survive. They show nothing about survival. You're gonna be what was one of the quotes in the trailer? You're gonna be hunted by things out in the wild. Uh, this town will take you alive or something like that. And everything about the trailer just literally screams Silent Hill. And Kojima has not specifically mentioned that he's working on this, but he does what he does, and he says, very cryptic things sometimes. The only thing that I could possibly say is similar to this is or not similar to this, that can correlate to this is the Death Stranding director's cut trailer that came out. A lot of people are linking that up to the Metal Gear Solid remake. I don't think it's that. This entire subreddit can probably prove to you otherwise that is not the Metal Gear Solid remake trailer. That is the correlation trailer to Silent Hill, or this game being Silent Hill. The name of the studio, Blue Box Studio, is exactly what the PlayStation Studios icon is. It's a blue box when it initially comes onto the screen. God, what else is in this thing that they've talked about? Just one of the tweets that they had saying that we have our game is going to be coming out first letter S, last letter L, and then they posted right after, we wanted to set things straight. We have no relations with Konami. Silent Hill's own Konami. We do not have any relations with Hideo Kojima. It was never our intention to tease the name of Silent Hill. We sincerely apologize for this. Like, listen, I don't care what you apologize for. I don't care if you show me this man in real life that he says he's Hassan. What's his last name again? Karakin?
Karaman.
Karaman? Oh my god. His name even sounds fake. Karaman? God damn it. This, in my head, this is Silent Hill. I want to believe it. I definitely want to believe this is Silent Hill. This is insane if this turns out to be Silent Hill, because this would be something so abstract of a way to announce a game. I mean, we've seen him do it with PT when he announced, playable teaser. That's literally what this goddamn game is called. It was playable teaser made by um Studio
Is that your
7.
Google?
My Google?
Yeah. I heard somebody go sorry.
No, that wasn't me. Made by Studio 7077. I think that's what the studio's name was. Who was making PT?
Are you asking me? I have no idea.
I think it was 7077. I'll look it up.
Every time somebody says PT, I still think of the word physical therapy. So I know nothing about PT.
Did you go through physical therapy after you played PT?
I didn't play PT.
No, I mean the one that we played in Dreams.
That one scared you more than it scared me. It was also very creepy though. That one's crazy. I still don't understand Dreams. I just don't understand how people make anything. After going through the creator tools, I just don't get it.
Somebody made a Ratchet and Clank working game in Dreams. I was like, how do you do this?
Yeah, I don't know. People on drugs.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what are your guys' thoughts on this entire thing? If you don't have any thoughts, I mean, that's fine. You can just tell me to move on to the next thing. I'll move on.
I have a lot of thoughts.
I'll share them again. But Adam, go first.
I'll go first. So the video, I do agree, very strange. But also, an indie developer made the video, so certainly possible that this can go two ways in my mind. Friday comes around, and holy crap, Kojima game. I don't really care for Kojima. I've mentioned this before. He's the Zack Snyder of video game directors. You either love his stuff or you hate everything he does.
I would agree with that.
I think that it most likely will go, this is a man who just capitalized on the Silent Hill bandwagon and marketed his game better than anybody has marketed their game in years. But also, it really could go either way for me. I'm hoping that it's a Kojima game just because there's so many people doubting it, and I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, I get it. But there's a lot of coincidences, but again, it could just be a man making it all up. Then Jeff Grubb even put out like an article talking about how Kojima is working with Xbox and with a lady who worked on Portal. She was just added to the Xbox cloud streaming team, and she's supposed to help Kojima with his game. Jeff Grubb put out a whole article being like, this is exactly what's happening. So, that is interesting. Like I said, I don't care, but this game is either going to be like, people are going to try it, but I know the Metacritic is going to be garbage. People are going to be furious if this is not a Kojima game. I just can't believe, I understand why you would kind of jump on that, but it's also weird Sony hasn't said anything. Because Sony
hasn't said anything in general.
Yeah, usually they don't, if there's a rumor and it's about them, they usually don't say anything unless it becomes trending. This has trended a lot. This has caused a lot of, weird press.
Said anything.
Yeah, it's caused a lot of weird press. Sony hasn't said a darn thing. And the Blue Box Game Studios, they also weren't saying too much, and they were going, they were kind of playing into it, but then denying anything to do with it. It was so weird. And then there were a couple other things that you didn't mention, like the time that the studio is supposed to be located in Denmark. The Denmark flag is on that dude in Death Stranding. It's on his backpack in the director's cut trailer.
Okay, yeah. I didn't mention that one. Yeah, that was a good one.
And then there was when Blue Box Game Studio tweets, it's at 9 p.m. Denmark time, but it's at 10 in the morning Japanese, a work day. So that would be when they should actually be tweeting. So people have broken down stuff. And then the whole Jeff Keighley thing was suspicious, with Jeff Keighley being like, yeah, hey guys, they reached out to me back in May to help promote this game. And Jeff Keighley showed a screenshot, and it was shown to be taken on the exact same day that he received the screenshot. So it's does he take a screenshot of all the messages he gets from people? Because if he took the screenshot when people were asking him about it, it would have showed the month not the actual date and time and stuff. So there's just the internet has brought up a lot of stuff where it's like this is super suspicious, and it really could go either way. I'm really hoping that it's a Kojima thing because I just can't
I
wait till
don't
it comes
think
out and
he's.
disappoints everybody. But at the same time,
Appreciate it.
like, but the weirdest thing to me is why does this indie game have its own app on the PlayStation Store? That makes no sense.
Its own app. It has its own app on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah. What did you think was being revealed
they're putting
on
it
Friday?
On, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting its own app so you can watch the trailer exclusively in the app. That's what is the weirdest thing about this. Because I can't think of one game that had that. Yeah, it was supposed to be out today, but then they delayed it till Friday. Wait, how did you not?
That part.
That is
Listen,
that is the biggest part of this.
Hold on a minute. I apologize. I didn't know about that one. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, that makes it even more suspicious now.
Real quick,
the thing.
Shout out to Mystic Ryan. I know Desunoda watches him. I watch him.
Mm-hmm.
One day I will win that PSN card on Fridays. One day. Come on, Gleam.io, please. But yeah, shout out to him. He broke down a lot of this stuff. There's an article on IGN that broke it down really well, but Mr. Ryan, he broke it down in like a very consumable way, and Destinoto shared it in the group chat. So a lot of the information I'm getting is from him, and I looked into his resources and stuff. So, but yeah, shout out to that guy. That guy does PlayStation work. And he's been doing it for the last like 9 years or something like that. Dude's been around for a while. Also, he lives around here, so local guy. So good. Good stuff. He? Yeah, he does. He lives in Niagara Falls. He's from the Niagara Falls area. Yeah, a friend of mine.
Oh, that's cool.
The only reason I know that is because a friend of mine posted a picture on Facebook and he was in it, and I was like, "What the hell?" So that was confusing. So good times. But yeah, Kevin, you have some thoughts?
Oh yeah. I watched that. You're talking about the announcement teaser trailer for Abandoned?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know how that says Silent Hill to you. It's a forest, not any Silent Hill game.
What? No. That's like literally been in like Shattered Memories. That's been Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 2.
Downpour.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess it was forgettable because all I remember are towns. The towns, Silent Hill.
Yeah. No, the towns you see a lot more often. I'm just saying that the forest, that whatever they showed in the forest and that kind of ruined, desolate places, reminded me of things like Shattered Memories, Downpour 3.
Trees, and you see a wall.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm not excited at all. I don't think Kojima should even touch Silent Hill. He's not a very good developer, in my opinion. Like, he just isn't. But hey, that's how I feel. Metal Gear Solid just kind of got worse and worse and worse as it went on. PT is a very cool game. Trying to pin Silent Hill on that, no, why? Like, that's not Silent Hill. Silent Hill isn't like jump scare horror. It's survival horror in very messed up and metaphorical way. Silent Hill molds itself around the playable character in question. I forget exactly how, but I did read explanations of what each game was supposed to be about. And I think it like attaches to like fears and memories and things of characters or something like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
But like PT is a great visage. PT is a great horror game. It's not Silent Hill. Where's the random puzzles? Where's all this random crap you pick up like a can of frozen orange juice? It's still the best item in any Silent Hill game. Like, here's frozen orange juice. Okay, can I do with this? Oh, I throw it down the garbage chute. Just logic key. Like, that's what Silent Hill's about. And then, like, the radio, not even a thing. The radio and its, like, static-y chime thing that it does when enemies are nearby, it's iconic. It's got to be there. I don't know. It's just, it's not for me, I guess. If they have it, here's the thing. We'll compare it to Resident Evil 7. So Resident Evil 7 was a departure from what we knew Resident Evil as, because they put it into a first-person perspective and they made it a lot more actually scary and like messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil was just kind of, before that it was more like the fear was in the fact that you're like, do I have what I need to actually make it through the next whatever fights I'm going to encounter? Do I actually want to shoot this thing? Which is still present in Resident Evil 7, but they have a much different storyline and environment going on, which I'm totally fine with. The storyline is great. I can't wait to see where Resident Evil 9 goes. But it still
I would agree
plays
with you there.
and still is a Resident Evil game. PT was such a huge departure from Silent Hill and the formulas of it. It could still work. It could still be friggin' solid as hell, and I could be eating my own words when this comes out. 100% a possibility. But as advertised, as delivered so far, I'm really not all that interested. Just call it something else, because it's a vastly different game. Resident Evil 7 was a departure. This is a complete overhaul of all game mechanics. That's my 2 cents. I don't know.
No, listen, these are all valid points. I'll give you the argumental sake of this. The PT demo that we played definitely still plays on fears and things like that with the character, because we didn't know who the character was,
Well,
but
okay,
all we
that's
knew.
right. I didn't mention that, and I should, because I mentioned it with Adam. PT, all the negative things I have to say about PT being a Silent Hill game, we were given no context about the character, so that may actually all be there. We just have no idea because we don't know
Right,
what this character's life was about.
because
I will throw that in there.
yeah. We only knew about this character right at the end when you walk out of the house and you see who the character is and you see, you know, who you were playing as. We don't know what connection this character had to, Lucy. We didn't know what connection we had to any of the dead characters that we were hearing about on the radio. To explain a little bit more on that, I think the game's name is PT Playable Teaser. It's definitely just to show off what kind of horror he was going for. And I think if given the chance, okay, so if you look up the trailer for Silent Hills, that was out the year after PT came out, before the game got canceled, you can see what he was actually going for, and there's a lot of psychological horror there that Silent Hill definitely plays into. It does remind me a little bit more of Resident Evil type of horror, but I can see where he was going with this. And from what, again, I don't know what it would look like. I'll agree with you on the point that we have no idea what that game could have been, because we were given so little context in the original demo, and then after that, really nothing else was given to us besides that final trailer before the game got canceled. But if what he was going for was just a complete overhaul in the actual horror in the game, I was all for that, because I've played Silent Hill 3, 4, Downpour, Homecoming, Shattered Memories. The problem with those games, like Shattered Memories, was probably the best one out of all, and it's because it had that motion control from the Wii. Um, uh, it started to get not stale, but it wasn't working. The formula wasn't working anymore, because Downpour was literally exactly what you talked about. Puzzles, third person, weapons, random things you pick up, enemies are there, survival horror. The problem is it should have been a hit, but it wasn't. And I think that's where Resident Evil got it right. They went first person, right? Which a lot of people, they look at that and they're like, oh my God, this is not Resident Evil. It doesn't feel like it. But they still maintained that atmosphere of Resident Evil, because 7 was great, and then 8 was even better now, and 8's going even farther off the track by introducing, Lycans, vampires, and
It goes
mold.
off the track and gets back on real fast, but
Exactly. They do it in a way where you're like, oh wow, I would never expect Resident Evil to do this, but it fits, it works, and they make it
really
fit
does.
and they make it work.
It makes other events make more sense, but we won't go into
Absolutely.
those right now.
Right. But so if I was to give Silent Hill, whatever he's trying to remake, a chance, I think he could pull it off if he's going that direction. And I say this with one thing in mind. I've played Death Stranding, and I still stand by that game as such an amazing, amazing, amazing game. No matter how many people say it's a walking simulator, I absolutely loved that game. And
There's
the
nothing wrong with walking
story,
simulators.
huh?
There's nothing wrong with walking simulators. I play enough of those.
The game has a solid story, solid gameplay. It's much deeper than it looks. God, man, being able to build, and I think I'm going to go off of Adam's Subnautica topic that he mentioned before, was being able to build all this stuff and go from you having nothing to being able to have like zip lines and a highway system and trucks going and things like that by the end of the game, and you realizing that the deliveries were not what made that game what it was. It was everything that was coming together because of what you were doing. That's
Mm-hmm.
what made that game what it was. I'll give him a chance. I want to see what he does. And I think with what he's accomplished so far, I'm not going to count the Metal Gear series because he was under Konami at that point. Now he's just head of his own studio. That's his
Right.
studio,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know.
That's fair. Yeah.
Metal Gear, yes, it was going downhill. 4 was probably the peak. Um, Guns of the Patriots was definitely a 40-hour fantastic movie that was also a playable game. But it was 11 out of 10, 12 out of 10, whatever rating you want to give it, just above a 10,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Yes, 5 wasn't that. So I
Five
think
was just so campy.
I think if he took the reins on his own, he may have made that better. But
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to give him a chance for Silent Hill. If this turns out to be that, if it doesn't turn out to be that, I would be pretty upset. But I mean, it is what it is. This is all all speculation, all just random, people digging into things that may or may not mean or may not seem what they are on the surface and things like that. Um, I honestly, I'm along for the ride. I want to see where this goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, it's fine. It was a cool ride to be on. Anybody else on this topic before I think I wrap it up and go over to rumors?
Testanoda, you got to say something.
Yes.
That counts.
Great input. I appreciate the input.
I think it's very exciting. This whole escapade. If it's, I mean, the most important thing for me is like a new survival horror, whether it's Silent Hill or not. I just want another thing that's
I think something other than Resident Evil at this point.
other than Resident Evil, because there's just not that much that hasn't already come out or is on PS4 or hasn't been ported to PS4 or is only on PC. There's just not that much that's.
Visage was a good one that got ported to PlayStation, but I know Kevin's played that game. I don't think you classify
I haven't
that as
played that game.
survival. You haven't?
No. I played it for
Oh.
a while, got lost, well, not really lost, got stuck, and haven't looked up how to get past where
It's the most Kevin story I've ever heard.
Yep,
It's
that's
great.
Kevin
It's a
for you.
great game though. I've watched almost all of it played. I just did not see the part I'm in.
You wouldn't say that that's a survival horror game. That's straight up
No,
just
it's a
horror.
horror game. Straight horror.
Okay.
Psychological horror maybe, but straight horror.
Got lost, gave up.
See, now,
Yeah, that's another. I gotta agree with you. I want more survival horror games.
to toss in what I would classify as a survival horror game, in order for it to be a survival horror game by my standards, and this can be different for other people, it's your inventory and how you manage it is like foremost in the game.
That should be the main point. Being able to manage what you have and being able to use that to get through the game.
Having a lot of scarcity of certain things and very little inventory space. So you can't just have everything on you at once.
Right. Which is something I used to do with like Resident Evil a lot, but Resident Evil has now changed that where you just can't do that anymore. You just can't carry everything on you. And Desinoto is gonna know. When we used to play Resident Evil 5, we used to pick up everything. Like every single thing going through that co-op game and going through that I don't know how many times. We beat every difficulty, platinum the game, and called it a day.
Mm-hmm.
We used to pick up everything in that, but now they don't have that anymore. You have to manage all your stuff. You gotta make sure you know what you got.
See, that's why I really like that. That to me is where the survival comes in, where it's like, all right, what do you think you need to bring with you? Are you going to be right when you walk through that door? You don't know.
Right, and that's fair enough. Yeah,
honestly,
that's...
like part of it that's fun for me as well is like when you're like, all right, I'm ready for what's on the other side of the store, and you're ready for like a fight. You go through the door, and you're like, shit, I gotta go back. I need that crank.
Yes,
I love that.
I did that. I did that many times in Resident Evil 8 because I had to carry the crank around. I was like, I gotta go back to that crank, don't I? Then I get the crank and I come back and I'm like, I didn't need the crank. I should have put the crank back in the chest because now I missed something else I have to go back for and get.
Have you done what I've done? Where I'm like, oh, I need the crank. I go back. I get like the square one. Come back. I'm like, oh shit, it's the wrong shape.
Can't fit in the circle. Oh god. Yes, I've done that. I've definitely done that.
See, like, and some game players are gonna be like, oh my god, this is so dumb. Like for me, moments like that, I just love because I'm like, all right, here we go. Hold on. Let's go do this real quick, and then we'll see what the next battle is gonna be.
Anyway. I don't mind that at all. Again, I'm gonna give him a chance and see what it is. If it is that, if it's not,
like I said,
we'll see what happens.
I may eat my words. It may work out wonderfully. It may be the new formula for Silent Hill, but
that'd be crazy. That'd be insane.
Go with what I'm given, and with what I'm given,
it's not much.
Really looking forward to it.
I know you don't have much to go off of as it is. I mean,
kind of like Battlefield 2042. You know what I mean? Like...
Oh god. Oh, that game.
It's all talk.
All right, guys. Let me wrap it up here. Let's move on into rumors here.
I was gonna say, don't wrap it up. We need to do rumors.
No. Let me tell you guys. What the internet's whispering to me.
I swear to God, you bring up Starfield at all.
Okay. So I'll start with this one here. Apparently, the EA Play event that's happening in July is going to be showing alpha footage from Dragon Age 4. This was based off of a archive found on the PlayStation Store, apparently for Dragon Age.
Oh.
I have breaking news. There's Ghost of Tsushima is $10 at PS Direct.
Oh,
That's from like an hour ago. What are you talking? It's not breaking news. Get out of
here. I think it's sold out.
Mario 64 already tweeted that. Come on.
Oh.
I almost bought it.
Are we? Wait a minute.
And I own the game.
Since Canal is not here, can we talk about the conspiracy theory that Canal might be Wario 64?
I mean, honestly, we only have one thing. We only have one thing that makes us think that.
He may be Wario 64 based on this one thing, but all we need is one damning piece of evidence because he's been so good at covering his tracks.
I wouldn't say it's a damning piece of evidence. Also, I've hung out with him during that time Wario 64 is tweeted. and he wasn't tweeting.
I mean, as far as you know.
Yeah, he also doesn't use like actual apps on his phone, like a Twitter app or a Facebook app. He literally just uses the web browser.
Exactly.
So that would be very tough. So I don't think so. The only reason we think that is because Canal got a PS Direct invite to buy a PlayStation 5, and so did Wario64, and they both shared it at around the exact same time. Which makes sense because emails are sent out usually at the same time. But, like, also, could be.
I still haven't got mine. I'm still waiting to get mine.
Now, let me ask you: is Canal working on Silent Hill? That's the real question.
Oh my god!
No, Insomniac's working on
Oh no! Is he Hoda Kotb or whoever the hell that guy is?
Hassan Karama?
Karaman?
His name sounds so fake. Karaman?
I mean, it doesn't, but keep going.
Okay, any other thoughts on that rumor before I move on to the next one?
Honestly, $10 is a good
My
price
controller
for Ghost
just
of
shipped.
Tsushima. So.
Your
Controller just what?
Oh wait, no, it didn't. No, that's false alarm.
Oh, shipped. Wait, you still haven't gotten yours?
No.
My
Where'd you get
one
it
came in
from?
yesterday. He got it from Target. Yeah, my Amazon one came in yesterday.
Fucking Target.
Hey! Family show.
I got mine from PS Direct the first day, that Friday that it came out. So
well,
yeah,
that is
I wasn't
PS
rushed.
Direct. So
PS
I
Direct
had
is
an
the
opportunity. Well, I had an opportunity. Yeah, I know, especially when they send you invites to buy PlayStation 5s. It's great. But
I mean,
I had an opportunity to buy it on PS Direct, and I was like, I don't need this. And then, like a day later, I was like, I'm getting it on Amazon. And then I ordered both the black and the red, and then I canceled the red because I was like, I don't want this.
yeah,
you shouldn't have done that.
thing, but at Target.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't need the red.
You should
I could have
just
kept it
kept the red
in the box and stuff, and then sold it like 15 years from now, and gained like I don't know, like $600 or something like that. But like,
you could have.
At the same time, I didn't feel like it. So sue me.
All right, you'll hear from my lawyers. So W Montreal is apparently working on a Superman game. Posted on PlayStationLifestyle.net. They have a. I don't want.
Do you have a background of this, or do you have more to say, or?
Yes. As soon as I can. Oh my God, this is all right. Well, okay, that's what I wanted to do. They're also making Gotham Knights. Oh, they are. I totally forgot that they were making Gotham Knights. Okay, why did I read this as Ubisoft Montreal? I don't know why I read it that way, and I was like, why is Ubisoft making a Superman game? I was like, what is going on here? So this is just basically a rumor going around that they're also making a Superman game due to a couple of tweets that came out. So, yeah.
The tweets by who?
James Sigfield? Who is James Sigfield? Oh, he's got a.
You're the one giving the rumor. Tweets. Why do you have no information?
This one in particular, I did not look up much, but
yeah, I'll take over. Patrick Redding, the game director, has been tweeting a lot about the game director for Gotham Knights. He's been tweeting a lot about Superman and like Superman games and stuff. And James Sigfield is like an industry leaker. He works in like the games industry. He's one of the people. He's one of the prominent leakers. We've talked about him before. But the Gotham Knights people, they're hiring like a game designer for a third-person open-world action game. They're hiring like an actual creative person to headline a game. Gotham Knights is not. This job wouldn't be required for Gotham Knights because Gotham Knights is way past this point. So people believe this is a new game, But then the rumor also states that it could be soon. If they're hiring this guy now, I can't imagine it be soon, unless it be like a CG trailer. But if this is true, I would be so excited. I want a good Superman game. I when the PS5 was first shown off, I said we can finally get a Flash game. Nobody has still made that. Whatever, that's okay. I'll survive because of the SSD and how quickly you can move. But like, give me a Superman game that's good. That it's long overdue. We've gotten the Batman games. I mean, I can take a Batman game every 2 months, honestly. But get me a Superman game and I'll be happy. There's been rumors of Superman games for years. I can't imagine this is DLC for Gotham Knights. I can't imagine they're putting Superman in it. He may make an appearance, but it wouldn't make any sense for him to actually show up because they're also using Superman and the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League developed by Rocksteady. So, I don't know. If this is true, though, I would expect there's some sort of teaser announcement at the DC fandom in August. But at the same time, DC has no idea what to do with Superman, as we have learned over the last, 60 years. Because they still don't understand, and especially in movies and stuff, how their characters work. Warner Brothers, you just don't get it. And I hate everyone who works there. I'm sorry. But if you work for Warner Brothers and you're part of the DC family, you suck. If you're part of the movies and stuff, you just don't understand. Some of you have gotten it. You know who you are. The rest of you, get out. Please. It hurts me every day. We've talked about this so much. Like, just... again, people know who they are. You know you're good. Other people who clearly don't care about DC characters, this is a family show, and my family is telling you to fuck off. Because I want a good Superman game, I want the movies, and I don't understand. I just don't get it.
You should have done it in Vin Diesel's voice and been like, my family's telling you to fuck.
Now, Vin Diesel, no thank you. Because he wanted to play like Superman or something at one point. Because that guy doesn't know what he looks like. But whatever. This Lex Luthor, son of a gun. Like, get out of here. You're too short to be Lex Luthor.
It's me. I'm fighting for family.
You know what? If I'm honest, if DC's like, hey, by the way, Vin Diesel's gonna be Lex Luthor, I'd be like, you know what? That makes sense. Screw it. Why not?
They cast him.
And The Rock is gonna be Superman. Yeah, all right, cool. Do it. I don't care anymore. I give up.
The Rock. Oh,
give up.
God.
Millie Bobby Brown's gonna be Lois. I know she's 18, and it's weird if Superman was The Rock, but DC just doesn't know what they're doing at all with anything.
Wait, when did she turn 18?
I don't know. I think she's 18. I'm just guessing. I don't have a countdown clock.
I believe she's 16.
You sicko. How do you know that? You sicko. No, isn't she older now? I thought she was older now.
She's like 16, and then
yeah.
It's because she was memeing all over Reddit, and basically everybody kept
17.
taking her picture and saying, okay, she's still not legal. Everybody kept taking her picture and putting it out there saying, oh,
Jesus,
you think this is hot, huh? And then FBI picture comes up underneath saying, FBI, open up. And that was a meme that was going all over the internet.
She could be 35. I'll look at her and be like, that's 11. No, thank you. Like, it'll never... Like, come on. I look at Billie Eilish and I'm like, what are you doing? You're like 12. And I'm like, no, she's not. It's been years. But at the same time, it's like, what? This is a whole separate conversation about the male gaze. It's not important. Kevin, what do you think about the Superman shit?
Well, there hasn't been a single Superman game that's been good, so
Superman.
at least that I'm aware of.
Now, I would beg to differ that Superman is best portrayed in the Lego Batman games.
All right.
Also, Superman Returns, fun to fly, bad game.
Called Batman.
That's fair.
Anyways, Superman 64. Oof.
Ooh, wow. We don't have to talk about that one. Fly through my rings to save Metropolis. What? Are you asking if there's a Superman 64? Sometimes I think you're like deep into the games world, and then you say something like that where I'm like, have you ever played a video game? I feel like that is like one of the most talked about things.
The funniest things to watch Superman 64, where I think the entire game is flying through rings.
Yeah, it's literally flying through rings.
So what you're telling me is
it's something else.
It's the Spyro portion of the game where you have to
No,
fly
it's
through the
worse.
rings
It's
of the
much
time
worse.
trial.
Oh
No,
no.
it's no.
It's
No.
super jank. The draw distance is no good. Just look it up. It's great.
When Kevin says draw distance and saying it's no good, he's actually being like very lenient because
I am.
to call that draw distance. Do you remember Governor Patterson for New York State? How he
Governor.
described his vision as seeing
Governor.
through straws?
Governor.
That guy sees more than you do as Superman in Superman 64.
I appreciate it.
If I gave you that game and I was like, where does this take place? And you said Metropolis, I would be like, you only know that because it's Superman. Because you cannot
No,
tell you're in a city. Also, Lex Luthor's
would-
talking the entire time. He's like, fly through these rings or Metropolis dies. And it's the first mission and everybody quits. Terrible. What a terrible game.
All right. Well, guys, Pride Month is still going. It needs to end real soon.
What?
So I was also saying.
I mean, he's not wrong. Pride Month is still going.
If this is a Superman game, I would be the first one to probably get it. I adore all the Batman games, Spider-Man games. Give me a Superman game and give me like free flight and all that and free roam and all that. I take it. That's cool. Yeah. All right, I got another one here. Dead Space reboot is in development. I guess it's in development by Motive Studios. Reimagination won't continue the original trilogy. Source is Gematsu. I know this has been also reported by a couple of other news outlets, but the only reason why they're saying that is because EA is apparently saying that they're reviving a very loved IP in their next event. So if this is Dead Space, consider myself very erect, and then as well as consider myself ready to, take apart Necromorphs again, because I mean, unless this is a completely different type of Dead Space where it's a huge departure from the series, which seems to be a theme here since we're always talking about departures from series and, going through all these changes. And if that's what it is, I'm going to burn their studio down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get banned at this point because the hot tub streamers, along with the ASMR people, are getting banned. So they're busy looking at them. So I'm going to burn their studio on the ground if this is not what it is. Okay.
I feel like I stepped away for a moment, and then all of a sudden I came back to... It went from Dead Space to burning a studio to the ground that's not Ubisoft, as far as I can gather. Which is, I say a step toward improvement, but also could just be another name on the list that we should all be concerned about.
Ubisoft will still burn no matter what. They're all going to hell. I'm sorry. For what they've done, they're all going to hell. So they all deserve nothing but the pits of the deepest, darkest, fiery pits of hell, because they are not human beings. Those people are atrocious. Those people are just downright tribal. Those people are horrifying, horrific, manslaughtering pedophiles. Every single godforsaken one, especially the two recent hosts that came up. I think one of them was named Nadia or Nasina or Nazrina.
No, they were good hosts. Stop it.
I hate them both, and I hope both of them end
No.
sort of
No.
shock.
We're not doing this. They're just hosts. They were hired for a job. We're not doing this. I have to now pull this up at an hour and 33 minutes and cut all this crap out, because you gotta stop. You gotta stop giving these death threats and wishing people ill. Don't do that. I told the WB people to just go away. That's what I told them. I didn't tell them to die, because they're people. What's wrong with you?
Listen,
You are on a podcast. You need
to.
to have emotional maturity that I'm kind of not having right now, but kind of yelling at you. And you've been bad, little boy. Let me smack you. Let me smack that little fatty tushy. I just don't understand. Move on. Go back to the EA thing. Go back to EA. Go back. Kevin, what do you think about the EA Dead Space rumor? What are you thinking about that?
Themselves
Kevin, what do you think about the EA Dead Space rumor? Kevin, any moment. Any moment. Okay, go ahead.
About this EA Dead Space rumor,
They've sent themselves into the pit of...
Stop it! Stop it! Kevin?
I don't know what other series they have, so I guess it has to be Dead Space, right?
What other series have they killed off? Quite a bit, I feel like.
That's not EA, but alright.
Sorry.
You know I'm staring right at you.
I gotta be honest, I feel it. I literally looked over my shoulder in real life because I felt it. EA, they could bring back the EA Sports guy.
Well, wait, no, hold on. What? Can you read that again? That are they reviving?
Yeah, apparently they're reviving a loved IP back in the next EA Play Live.
Okay, so reviving isn't Dragon Age, because I think they're continuing.
Yeah, that's already confirmed they're making that one.
Yeah.
So
Mass Effect is also continuing. They've also confirmed Mass Effect is continuing, so that's not revival.
Because, EA, they're most noted for sport games and stuff.
They're reviving PES 2012, guys.
No. I don't know. I feel like it has to be Dead Space.
It could be like
Unless
Bad Company.
Reviving Command and Conquer, that would be that'd be a switch.
Dante's Inferno
EA is the latest.
Oh,
to have
hold
that.
on.
Mirror's Edge.
Adam has a perfect point. What if it's Bad Company because that's why they didn't include a single player in Battlefield 2042?
I don't know why they would be making two Battlefield games at the same time.
That would be...
Medal of Honor is another good one. Mirror's Edge was a good one as well.
One loved the first game, and the second game we're sorry. But, it's coming back.
It's coming back as a third game. Or just taking the two off and adding a three.
Would actually be another good guess.
Do we need another Medal of Honor, though?
Huh?
Do we need another Medal of Honor?
Well, that's the problem, is that if you were to really revive a series that the fans loved, you'd have to set Medal of Honor back in World War II. The modern day ones were neat, but that's not where the fan base is. They're still back in World War II with Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, and Spearhead.
I remember Medal of Honor.
I say you start again from World War I.
I say you start again from the destruction of Ubisoft.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Titanfall?
I think Dead Space, Medal of Honor.
Titanfall is dead or alive?
I don't. It's kind of in between, so I don't think that would be one where they're bringing it back.
I think that's still going. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not really doing anything anymore. Titanfall's done.
The second game isn't? I thought they were doing stuff with that. All right.
Yeah, no, Titanfall's done.
What Does EA have Command and Conquer rights right now?
They do. Yeah, they do have Command and Conquer. Okay. I looked that up.
That would be another one they could revive. I don't know why they would. RTS has kind of gone a very different route. Like if it's not...
Is that StarCraft for them? No, StarCraft is Activision.
StarCraft is Activision.
Yeah.
Blizzard, technically.
Warhammer?
Warhammer's then? Isn't a Warhammer game already announced?
Well, they could make a Warhammer game of their own, but... No, what was I going to say? RTS as a whole, if it's not like Total War, or a game like Company of Heroes, it's kind of just overlooked, in my opinion anyway. RTS has taken a very different, a much more grand scale to everything that I don't know that Command and Conquer. They'd have to really work on Command and Conquer to get that grand scale.
I don't think Command and Conquer would be at a whole EA event. Because weren't they doing a Command and Conquer mobile game? So technically that franchise isn't dead, it's just mobile now?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think really the only ones it can be is Dead Space or Medal of Honor. Even Mirror's Edge, I feel like, is not.
No, it's not.
They could call that a loved IP, but at the same time, like, no.
I feel like they've killed more things though, but I can't remember what they've destroyed.
Honestly, I'm going through their stuff. There's a lot of
cherished things.
Def Jam. Def Jam coming. You know, Def Jam. Come on.
Well,
it's a lot of sports games. Bionicle.
I'm wrong, but like anything that's not a sports game from EA, it maybe had like 2 games. There's not really a lot of long-running series that they.
SSX.
Ooh, SSX Tricky 2 would be huge.
Guys, we already know that Steep 7 is already happening. Okay,
no,
let's just continue.
No, you're forgetting about Shredders. Is what you're forgetting about.
Oh.
But Shredders is actually like a spiritual successor to the other snowboarding.
I'm not forgetting about anything. I've remembered every bit of pain that Ubisoft has caused me. I remember.
Could be Burnout. Burnout's been kind of dormant for some years.
That's EA? Oh, it is.
They're all gonna pay. They're all gonna pay.
Okay. Well, we got a few more. Well, anyway, we could probably sit here for I don't know how much longer trying to figure all this out. You got another rumor?
I actually have
Subnautica. You have something to say?
Because
spit it out, you know.
If it was going to be
spit
Dead
on it
Space,
like you spit on Ubisoft.
They said it was going to be a different studio, right?
Yeah.
Because Visceral's not there anymore, so I feel like in that case, I don't think I would want another like remaster or whatever they're gonna do, because it just wouldn't
be a
reboot, like they wouldn't be able to capture the
reimagining,
same.
I think is what Genesis said.
I don't think they'd be able to capture that same level of just like fear that was instilled in you while you played that first game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think they would be able to come anywhere near it, and if they did try it, it probably wouldn't turn out that well.
Yeah, I mean, a reimagining, it could come out as like a first-person shooter, or it could be like a 4-hour VR experience.
Let me shed a little bit more light on this. So, their exact words were they're going to announce an established IP revival. It says Grubb stated that they're working on established IP. He says, "I think you'll be happy. We're going to see it if we're not dead first."
What were those games with those 2 guys? I think it was
Army of Two.
Was it Army of Two? No, not Army of Two. It might have been Army of Two.
Man, what happened to that series? That was actually
that was a good series.
Army of Two was fun. I don't even know if that's EA.
I don't think.
EA's Motive studio went under a rebrand following the release of Star Wars Squadrons, and it also previously collaborated on Battlefront 2.
Oh God, are they? No, wait. No, EA. That was LucasArts that made all the original Star Wars games, right? So this can't be like an X-wing or a TIE fighter game.
No.
Man, now I'm trying to think of this one game. I can't remember. It was like 2 guys on the cover. It was like late 2000s.
Army of Two.
And it was
Kane and Lynch.
Kane and Lynch. That's it. Kane and Lynch. Yeah. Was that EA?
Thank you.
I think that's EA.
Maybe.
Remember Kane and Lynch, guys?
It was an interesting game.
Sure.
Who the heck was behind
that was IO Interactive. In Eidos.
Let me move on to another one real quick.
Square Enix, yeah. Well,
I got French leaker Souls Hunt says Bloodborne 2 is not going to happen yet, but Bloodborne Remaster will come out this year on PlayStation 5. Not from Bluepoint or From Software, but this is ambitious. They previously leaked FF Origin. The same person leaked Final Fantasy Origin.
And this rumor has popped up for decades. I'm pretty sure there's also a PC rumor of that in there as well.
Yes.
Just put it out. Shut up. Give people 60 frames. I'm sick of hearing about this. It's just at this point, Sony has to know that this rumor pops up every 3 minutes. So it's like, just do it. There's clearly an audience that's there.
There's so
Honestly,
many people, I feel like.
What they should do is put Bloodborne on PlayStation Plus, day one patch. Boom, done. 60 frames. So many people would buy a PS5. And then, like, a couple months later, release it on PC. Or something like that. I guarantee you, like, everyone would be happy.
Yeah, just like they're doing all the other games, just release everything on PC, a couple months later. Yeah, absolutely. I got another rumor here.
You sound kind of mad about it.
Soho engine trademark updated. Apparently the same engine that they originally used in PlayStation Home. The trademark just got updated again. What? Okay then. I don't know. Updated to registration certificate status on the 15th and 16th of June. Yeah, I guess they've re-upped the certification for this on the 15th and 16th of June. What does that really mean at the end of the day? Honestly, nothing. They have to renew patents or trademarks regardless of the fact. So if they intend on keeping these certain engines, does it mean PlayStation Home? I would like to think so. I'd want something like PlayStation Home on PlayStation 5.
No.
I don't think many other people do, but I'm one of the few that want something.
Desunoto updates, his PS5 shut off due to idling.
Nice.
Lovely.
Fool.
No. You can't have PlayStation Home anymore, alright? It's gonna be like PlayStation Mansion. PlayStation Town. Alright?
I thought he was going somewhere with this, and then when he said mansion, I was like, okay.
I'm glad that like turned into like a subpar joke. It was great. I loved it.
I know you did.
Last rumor I got here.
Also, PlayStation Universe. Thank you.
Yes.
VR only.
PlayStation
or VR support.
Folding and rolling,
So.
There he is.
Oh, he's back. Okay, guys, stop talking shit about him. That was really rude. But he doesn't watch these, so it's okay. He won't know. He might watch it now. We might get one view. It's exciting.
The last thing I got here is Sony and their stupid event that never is going to happen because they don't want to do anything and they don't want to talk about anything. All they want to show is one state of play with one game because they're pieces of garbage. Horizon or Ratchet and Clank. That's the only two states of play that they've shown.
Oh, I thought you were... What's the rumor here?
Oh, the rumor is they've registered a new trademark for PlayStation Experience that they used to have back in the day before all this lovely COVID happened.
Well, they stopped before the COVID stuff too. They had it for like 2-3 years.
It was 1 year, but they still had
2 years
stuff going on.
They did it twice.
2 years. They still had E3 going on though.
The only reason I know they did it twice is because after the second time we're like, we're going next year, and they were like, hey guys, bad news.
I was so pissed at this, man.
I know.
This is the best thing ever.
I know.
According to the 4chan link, apparently this show is supposed to appear between June 28th and July 4th or 5th or something like that, according to like more rumors down here. This is supposed to have things coming from Guerrilla Games, Sony Santa Monica, Capcom, Square Enix, Ubisoft, EA. Some of the focuses will be the launch date of Horizon Forbidden West, which apparently, according to this leak, shows November 30th, 2021. The new remake project by Square Enix, which is now Final Fantasy Origins. New remake project actually might also entail FF7 Remake 2. Bluepoint Games and a first look at the new PSVR 2, which, honestly, if I'm looking at this event, this would be a megaton event if it actually happened.
November 30th is a Tuesday.
All you have to do is add in God of War.
It would come out the 19th or the 12th if it picked November.
Also add in
or maybe even 26.
Some surprises that we would know about. Add in the Silent Hill game. Add in that games are going to be coming to PC at a much later date and not only 1 year after, which I'm assuming is what's going to happen. They're just going to come in a year after, or probably less than that, because everything's garbage. Yeah, I mean, if this event is real, this would immediately save E3 altogether. Xbox would have lost, Nintendo would have lost.
Well, well, hold on. Well, hold on. What if the show comes on and they're like, "Hey guys, this is PC only."
And then Xbox is the best console in the world, and I'm getting the Switch.
There's some stuff right there.
Anyway. I don't. Was that logic or was that? I don't. Nah, whatever. I'm not thinking about it.
It's fine.
Real quick. Horizon coming out on a Tuesday. That's PlayStation games released on Fridays. Also, they would want to put the game out before Black Friday, or on Black Friday at least. I don't think they would put it. You say why?
Yeah.
Typically, games sell the best during the time of that year. Yeah, they do.
I mean, yes, but no. There's no Black Friday.
Black Friday's kind of dead now.
Yeah, but
no, not. It's because of all this, but like I'm fairly certain most retailers have said they're doing like what they did last year, and they're not
doing any Black Friday. They're closed Thanksgiving Day, and if they do open the next day, it'll be like specific sales.
Yeah.
So to the average consumer, Black Friday still exists. Again, so like I understand what you guys are saying, but they would still want to put it out.
I'm gonna go Black Friday shopping.
That's still the biggest weekend of shopping in the year, even if it's not supported by retailers. If nobody shops Thursday, nobody should shop Thursday anyway. It's a holiday. Go home, go hang out with people or kill natives, whatever that holiday is about. I just don't understand. Like, most people.
So I can promote what I want to do on that day. Then okay, all right. I'm gonna end up doing that then. Ubisoft, your days are numbered.
I don't know what that means. Ubisoft's in Canada, so they celebrated it on a different day, so figure that out. But yeah, they wouldn't put it out on Tuesday. That's just not what Sony does with their games. They only do... Why did you do that? Come on now. What is this? It was the blue one. It was the blue lantern. Fix that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think Horizon will come out on the 30th. If it comes out on the 30th, if that's the day it comes out, I'm not going to be that upset because it's still coming out this year and Adam's going to eat pretty. I cannot see Desunoto and you cannot see Kevin. So, don't do that.
Sergeant Soig says Desunoto. He's spelling out Desunoto's name in acronyms. So D is for Desunoto, E is for enormous. Oh, and it's gone now. Oh, God. How do I see the comments?
Honestly, I don't think it's worth looking for that. That was stupid. So I don't know if you know that guy, but tell him that his input so far has been terrible, and either write better comments or stop watching. Thank you.
Wow.
D is for dashing. E is for excellent. S is for sexy. Ooh. U is for ugly. You gotta bring them back down. You can't all be highs. N is for get out.
N is for get out.
Alright. What we got for rumor? Another rumor.
Alright.
No, that's it.
Hang on a minute. Hold on.
Well, the only reason I say that's it, you said I have one more, and then... Oh, is this the classic one more, but you have like three more? I like when you do this. It's fun.
So
I got one more. It's about Starfield. I got one more. It's also about Starfield. I got another one. Not about Starfield. It's about Bethesda and Starfield. Wow. Is that a topic?
Not really.
All right, I say we close this one out, you know?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for joining us for Crafting a Chat this lovely Tuesday. We will see you guys next week, same time, same place, probably inside instead of outside. I don't know what is happening right now. We'll probably have more exciting things to talk about if there's any Sony event in the next couple days. And if not, I'm just going to keep talking about how much, Sony's been disappointing me, even though I have a PlayStation 5. As always, yes, I'm on fire, Sergeant. Everybody stay safe. Get your vaccination, and stop spreading germs like idiots.
Are these
And
exploding?
everybody stay safe.
What color are these?
We'll see you guys next week. Everybody take care.
What color are these
Twitch.tv/crafting
rockets?
a
What's
chat.
going on here?
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, those aren't exploding for me. What the heck? Oh yeah, no, it's just a rocket. Interesting. Okay.
Launched into my face.
Hey, boy.